Joining us now is Mr. Leonard Armenta. He's the president of GenTech Holdings Incorporated. GTEH is a stock symbol. Leonard, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me, as always.
We got a lot of ground to cover, so I want to start with physique. January was your production month, and that put February as your first month of shipping product. How are the orders for the first couple of months of 22?
Yeah, I mean, February is great for us. We locked down a lot of retailers, distributors, things like that for physique, not even including any type of the convenience stores or anything like that we're going at. I mean, we basically were able to take physique and do what we wanted, which was to get it into the independent stores, get it into some supplement shops, things like that, which fit right into our strategy, which keeps the brand really kicking good until those big, large chains come in and start picking up the product, which we have a lot of things in the hopper with them.
So you're basically on track with that?
Yes, absolutely, 100% on track. Everything's going exactly to plan.
Well, I see shareholders posting pictures online of crates of physique they've purchased. They're trying to get you guys to get them into the stores local to them. What coverage do you have across the U.S. right now?
Yeah, so, we're doing a really good job of doing that. We had our first online retailer, Muscle and Strength, started selling the product, and they were able to basically sell an entire pallet within 3 days, and then place another reorder right after that. So the good thing about them is they shipped, all across the U.S. And then now we've got it in the hands of a few distributors and some also local supplement stores that they can go to. So as we move on, as the months go on, you'll start seeing a bigger footprint. Some of the distributors we have cover up to 10,000 stores.
Is there anything you can tell us about that next move, or is it still a little bit too secret to talk about?
Yeah, no, I mean, the next move is obviously to continue on this path. We're in talks with one of the major supplement retailers. It's about all I can go into on that one, but we do have some other big things that we're working on. We've got some big gas station chains that have already showed the interest. We're just waiting for them to do what they call their reset. It's where they bring the new products in and then rechange where everybody's located, and then we'll be in on those ones. We've already got commitments for that. So the next steps are really good for us. We've got some big fish on the hook, basically.
Well, let's talk about Nature Soothie. I saw you write recently. It was turning into a bit of a dark horse, a runaway success. What do you see there in terms of results?
Yeah, Nature Soothie was a big surprise to me. I mean, honestly, I love the idea of it with kids and helping kids out and different things like that. But I mean, it really has right now with very little marketing, just because there was a few supply chain issues with some of the ingredients that we've now fixed. But due to that, we just really weren't doing a lot with it as far as just selling into UNFI, which then sells to Sprouts and Whole Foods. But because of that and the success that we've had in Sprouts and Whole Foods, we're now, in all of the Sprouts. We're in a larger amount of Whole Foods, and we're working with Whole Foods right now to do a national rollout so that to be in all Whole Foods across the U.S.
That's fantastic. What other success do you see in its future?
Yeah, so I think we've got some new innovations coming with the Nature Soothie. We're working on a few different products for it, couple different offerings that'll still be in that really healthy, all organic, all natural candy that has the supplements in there to help the kids feel really good. So the success of that will be basically on innovation and our ability to scale with our manufacturing. So we've got all of that in place right now, which is just going to really open things up for us.
So without too much marketing effort behind it, you've made it a success. Do you see marketing becoming more important to you?
Yeah, so we will start marketing more now that we've got all the supply chain issues with some of the ingredients fixed out, and we've got the manufacturing in place, and our manufacturer is just doing a great job of pumping product out for us. So now we're going to start focusing more on that marketing side of things, which will really take it to the next step. And we have several places that have contacted us to sell the product to, but because we had those issues for a little bit, we haven't started selling to them. So we have a lot of other grocery chains and things like that really want the product, who we will be able to start getting product in there within Q2, Q3.
So Nature Soothie, that's the next big move for the company, I would imagine.
It's going to be, it's not what you'd expect from us, of course, with supplements and protein drinks, but it's just a great product line that has a great story behind it. And that will be that'll be one that's just the sleeper. People just won't expect it, and then they'll see it everywhere.
Well, you mentioned supplements. Let's talk about Storm for a bit. How's that product line going along?
Storm is really growing like crazy. We actually just got back from the Arnold Classic. The amount of people that came for samples to try it, who just were basically over the moon, and the amount of people just buying product from us right on the spot. A lot of times people want to try it first and then buy it. These guys would take a little tiny, 2-ounce sample drink and say, that's the best flavor I've ever had, and then buy it. And so it really was a great show for us. And then also with Storm, we actually I'll hold that up. We just got featured on Tycoon magazine with that, a full write-up on the product line and things like that. So we were able to really, it's just getting a lot of attention. People really want the brand. So we're excited about that.
Well, your social influencers are wearing the product, the apparel, so that's starting to get all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the apparel was a huge hit. We actually probably didn't even take enough with us to the Arnold because, usually apparel doesn't sell as well, but people were just coming like crazy to buy it. And then once Deshaun starts wearing it, and we have a bunch of other influencers that are going to start wearing it as well. And we're negotiating with some pretty big MMA fighters that will be wearing it in the ring, on TV, things like that, that you'll start seeing it everywhere. So our apparel is going to be everywhere. We love it.
Where do you see the brand going? New product lines, new flavors, perhaps?
Yeah, so we just launched 2 new flavors. We did our, Rad Wildberry and our Gnarly Grape, which were just a big success. We just launched those 2. We have some new products getting ready to launch in the next couple months as well. So you'll see some new innovations from us that way, as well as something that nobody else is doing right now is we actually have AR version of our labels are all AR. So we have a QR code that you scan, you hold the QR code up to the label, and it has basically virtual reality type stuff on the label. And eventually what will happen is you can click on those things and it'll give you scientific facts about the product so you can learn about the ingredients.
Well, I know you acquired a company called Swift Stims last year. You haven't done much with it yet. Investors are curious where it fits in your lineup. Can you explain that for us?
Yeah, Swift Stims is going to be great for us because it's more of like it does have a pre-workout and things like that, but it has a lot of one-off ingredient products that are really good for brain function and different things like that. Well, part of the holdup was we were trying to lock down a manufacturer for that could really handle the volume that we see happening with that product, and we finally locked that down. So we are actually hoping that we'll get that product launched either the end of March, beginning of first week or 2 weeks of April. We've got major commitments from big stores already across the U.S. who already want to pick up the products. So that one's really exciting for us as well.
So you had mentioned earlier it was an Amazon play, but you're actually going beyond Amazon now.
Yeah, so for Swift Stims we will, but we also acquired within that Swift Stims, we have a couple other brands like Gym Kings and Rise Performance. Now, those ones are going to be more our Amazon only play, where we'll actually have products that are very affordable for people of all that everybody can just afford. And those will be strictly sold on Amazon. We won't sell those ones in stores.
How are you finding manufacturing in this post-COVID world? Are you able to successfully launch a product and keep it on the shelves?
Yeah, I mean, we've been so lucky because our Senior Vice President of Operations, Josh Pittman, has been able to basically fly around to all these different manufacturers, people he's had, prior contacts with, people he just met. But he's able to go in there and just build a great relationship with these people, and people see what we're doing and they want to be a part of it. I mean, we have manufacturers on a regular just wanting to be a part of what we're doing. So we're able to really get these manufacturers to buy into what we're doing. And Josh is able to negotiate the best possible pricing we can get and the best minimum order quantities and timelines to get products launched.
Once again, the company's GenTech Holdings Incorporated, GTEH. Like I said, a lot of ground that we covered. Leonard, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I love it. It's enjoyable just to get the shareholders all this information.